Hey yo, what's going on? Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound. Hope everyone's having a great Friday evening. Exciting stuff waiting on the wings. But what I wanted to talk about, as we're looking at Thor's hammer right over here, although I've been told that's what it looks like, but it's actually just a, anchor design thing. Yeah, it's my wife's idea. Don't tell her I said that. But in any event, we have a little bit of Q&A from some of my viewers. We even have a little bit of other things to talk about, a little bit of market noise happening. I also wanted to talk about a coin that will kind of be secret-ish, but I'm going to give you just enough information that it might get you guys a little bit excited. I need to get permission to even talk about this particular coin in greater depth, but I think you guys are going to, it's going to end up being a feeding frenzy of just nonstop hunting once you guys learn, and once I have the authorization to talk about it. But to kind of, I guess, allow a little bit of anonymity to the whole thing, I'm only going to provide just a little snippet of what I do know. In addition, projects. I want to talk about projects a little bit as well, but I wanted to kind of kick it off with a few Q&As. All right, the first one is from Paul G. And what Paul is going to ask me, obviously, is going to be something that I get quite a bit of. Now, we are in the holidays, okay? I'm just going to say that first and foremost. Generally, I'm pretty busy. I'm so busy, as a matter of fact, that I have to postpone the holiday giveaway event until January. So, I don't know. Once we kind of reset things for January for the holiday giveaway event, it's more than likely from this point forward going to be a static time of the year every single year where I'm going to kind of do a giveaway event. So, that's kind of like one of the things that's happening is just I have so few precious hours in the day to be able to do everything that I need to do. And, of course, I got the live coin Q&A group as well. And as you guys know, all my emails get funneled into there because we're trying to grow that channel so we could use all of the Q&A and all of your guys' inquiries. But this one from Paul simply states, "Hey man, I've been trying to get a hold of you for about the last 6 months, have had no luck. You're not responding to any emails, nor are you responding to any comments in your videos. What's up, man? I'm starting to lose hope and faith in you." Okay, that hits some nerve, okay? Yeah, I haven't been nearly as available for everyone to take care of a lot of the emails. Now, if you're sending me emails to my BlueRidgeSilverhound Gmail account, nothing's happening there. Everything's being funneled to the info@livecoinqa.com email. And there's actually a number of us. Don't take it personally if someone else answers your email. We're all professionals. We all know what we're talking about. And the good news is, with that method and using that email and using the collective group of Live Coin Q&A panel members, you're able to get your answers a lot quicker. Okay? It's the only place that you could go to where you could get quick answers, because you guys know, I'm sure there's a lot of other reviews out there. Does that? Okay. Anyways, language aside, or whatever, comprehension, I don't know. I'm all jacked up in the head. My brain is like pudding right now. But where else can you go where you could try and reach out to someone via email and get instant answers? Okay, there's not too many places. If you are a regular on any other YouTube channel, just try going to one of the other big YouTube channels out there. Who is it? Mr. Beast. Good luck trying to get any sort of response from the guy. Now, granted, the guy has millions of followers. I only have a few 100,000. But, it's like once a channel gets beyond a certain point in its size and growth, and keep in mind, I have like 1,700 videos out there. Now, it's going to be tough to be able to stay on those responses, especially if you're commenting in a video. In my defense, I only respond to comments made on the most recent content. Now, I haven't been too good at that either. I was in Hawaii. It's the holidays. We're doing all sorts of different things. My time is so few for the actual comment part of it of the YouTube channel that I have not been getting really back to anyone. Don't take it personally. I love you guys. It's just the time of the year. Because once January comes around, I'll be back to, commenting on a lot of the more recent videos. I mean, it takes a lot of pride to be able to share that with you. Because if it was any other YouTuber, none of that shit would even come to the fore. No one would even talk about it. Because, to them and to their audience, it'd be seen as like a negative thing. And they want to try and keep the negativity away, heat disbursement away from the channel because it's in a good place. There's good synergy, and that's just how it is. I mean, I keep it real and I actually tell you guys this. Same thing with the emails. The emails again goes to the live coin Q&A email thread or address, and then one of us will take care of it. Now there's going to be, of course, emails that are going to be addressed specifically to me. That goes in its own folder. I address those and I respond back to that. It just makes it easier. Plus it gives a new coin channel some traction as we begin to grow into 2022. So that's that. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about on here, someone had mentioned I'm having a hard time trying to get answers for what I have. Okay, is there any websites or references that you recommend for finding out more information? Yes, I do. There's a ton of it. And I'm actually, at some point in the next 2 minutes, going to flash up some information, some websites for you guys to check out. And I highly encourage you guys, if you want to get into the hobby, and it's not just because of this some elaborate cash grab thing that everybody's got going on and they're hard for it, you need to understand the minting process. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to do research, right? How does a double the die happens? Okay, why is there that extra D at the end of doubled and not just double die? It sounds stupid. Sorry, guys, for people that actually say it like that. But it's always been doubled die. You guys gotta understand what a class 1 is. You gotta understand what a class 9 is and the differences thereof. If you're trying to understand what a doubled die is, right? So there's a number of resources that you could go to. Now, as far as attribution websites that talk about double dies, there is a website called doubleddie.com. I mean, whoa, what a concept. VarietyVista.com is another one. Coppercoins.com is a great source of information from Chuck Daughtry, who I know personally. One of the main attributors. You'd be surprised if people will come on to the Facebook coin group that he moderates and talk shit about him. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, you're saying that Chuck doesn't know what he's talking about, and you're sitting here, the rook, who's been doing this for about 30 days, and you're trying to get in over on him. It ain't gonna work. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of very prideful, very negative people out in social media right now that are saying, you're wrong. I'm like, I've been doing it for 25 years. At the very least, I could give you the base information, but don't tell me I'm wrong and then proceed to belittle, myself or Chuck or someone else because to you, it's a pride thing. You don't want to be seen as wrong. But if you're going to be successful in this hobby, you have to learn to be wrong. I can honestly say there's been a number of times that I have been wrong. Again, That's me going out there. The only way that I'm going to continue with success is to fall flat on my face, skid my knees, draw a little bit of blood, and then move on. Because if you continue to dwell on one piddly, shitty coin in which you're trying to really just piss off the powers that be and the attributors and the main professionals in the business, you're not going to get very far. And then furthermore, you're going to continue to go drop down into the abyss. Like a lot of other good people that really wanted to make it work. But I think the main motivation, the money factor in all of it, kind of blindsides them a little bit. And that's where ultimately, you know, the whole kind of like last minute, I need the information because I need to sell this right now. Kind of like that instant force feed of just trying to know what they have so that way they could sell it. And that's not how I roll. You guys, there are a number of you say, hey, how much is this? How much can I sell it for? I'm like, I'm not all about that. You want to talk about the minting process? Sure, I'll help you out with that. You want to know education? I'll tell you about that. The market only dictates how much your coin is worth if it's legit, and depending on how many people's interested in that coin at that point in time. That's why you don't have a lot of the same varieties sell for like $1,000 a pop. It doesn't work out that way. One is 1,000, another is 800, another one is 1,250. It's all over the place. That's kind of like the world we live in. There's no correct algorithm or price guide schematic to ensure that the value of certain things are going to be consistently the same as it sells through time. It just doesn't work out that way. But the websites that you saw flashed up on screen are important. All right. The ANA, nobody wants to pay for a friggin' membership, and it was free for a while, but you got to be a part of the ANA. They have clinics and classes on numismatics. That is important and invaluable. But if you don't want to take it, then you shouldn't be in the hobby. Quite frankly, you shouldn't even be in the business of being a coin dealer or trying to sell onesie twosie coins on eBay, like I see so many people do. And then they end up not selling stuff. They're not getting what is expected of them. And then they have to get mad at someone. They have to blame someone else other than themselves. So that's that. Is that do your homework. All right, if you can't get a hold of someone like myself or any other professional on Facebook or, you know, on a forum site, then you have other ways to go. But somehow, some way, you need to take due diligence and do it on your own. You need to go on Google, you need to type in what you have, and you need to start from scratch. You need to work on it, you need to read about it, you need to watch the visual presentations, the videos that's provided to you not only on YouTube, but the ANA website and a bunch of different other outlets as well. There's even a really cool early 20th century video on coins being minted. And you know what? It's one of the most underrated videos ever on YouTube. And I'll be honest, there's a lot more better coin YouTube channels than mine. I'll be honest with that. I'm just one of many in a pool. And I got started early enough where I've grown. I've grown to the point where it's a relevant channel, probably top 10. I don't know. It could be top 100 for all I care. Because where we going to be out in 20 years? I may not be around. Which leads me to this next Q&A question from someone else. Say it ain't so. And this is from Josh. All right. We got the boys in the house. Okay. Josh asks, say it ain't so. I heard that you were possibly gonna get away from YouTube and possibly just not do it anymore. That's what it says. That's exactly what it says. Is this true? Well, there has been some talk. I haven't personally gone into too much depth. I don't know how much time I have left on YouTube. I don't exactly fit the profile of like a 18 to 25-year-old that people like to look at, and a lot of my core audience demographically, because I check out the analytics on my page, falls in like that 40 to 60-year-old range, which is quite old. Ideally, you want to grow, you want to be able to hit that meniscus, that sweet spot of like you want to be in the 20s. You want to be in the 20s, the 30s, and coins in itself is such a old hobby. It used to be for the longest time. It's like, oh yeah, only old farts collected that. Well, consider me an old fart because I enjoy it. But yeah, there was some talk among a few people that I could trust, and straight up, I'm not going anywhere. I think I still have a lot that I want to achieve. Obviously, when I see like the trending numbers and stuff, I want to get to a point where if I decided to either slow down the content uploads or possibly calling it quits. I mean, the channel's not going anywhere, but I would love to see easily 500,000 subs. I know that's really not a measurement of like success because you really get paid on views and all that stuff. But all that aside, as far as like personal kind of achievements, I want to be in that like 500 to 600,000 subs. So right now I'm at 220,000, and it took me 11 years to get there. So I don't think I'll be going anywhere anytime soon. And furthermore, 10 years from now, you guys will be tired of me. So just so you guys know. And who knows what kind of content I'll have ready. I mean, it feels like I continuously talk about US Mint news, which some of you do like, but I also talk about these market reports. That's important, whether it's the Monday market report or the PCMR. I don't really see any sort of signs that these are waning in popularity. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. These pocket change market reports are some of the most invaluable videos that I have ever created and crafted for you guys. And a lot of you enjoy it. And actually, the demographic on those videos are a little bit younger. We're talking like 35 to 45 on average. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a moment for me to talk about projects, upcoming projects, because these projects that I have waiting in the wings could possibly affect the frequency in which videos are uploaded by myself. There's a lot going on right now, again, to help kind of remedy the whole, Sean, you're not responding to comments and stuff that often. There's a possibility that I'm going to be looking for an admin to help me out with that. That I will be paying, hourly or whatever that wage is going to look like. So that's something that I'm also exploring, and that's going to happen probably sooner than later. All right. It's not going to be a high paying affair, but it's going to be, for like a part-timer, maybe a college student or something, that might be good. Barring any sort of like health catastrophe, because I'm not the healthiest person. I'm still in excess of 300 pounds, which is, I don't know if you guys can tell that, but yeah, I'm a big guy. And there have been people that have made a dig on my weight, and it's all good because it doesn't affect me that way. I worked selling cars for 10 years. You don't think I hear all of the degrading shit? I don't care. We all rag on each other, back in the day. And then when you're young and you're in your 20s or early 30s or whatever, you begin to develop this thick skin. So that doesn't really do anything for me other than give me a reason to block you. And then you can't do anything. You can't even see my videos. My personal thoughts on YouTube or Google taking away the dislike feature on the videos, I'm not personally a fan of, because it is also a measurement. Because how do I know if there's like 200 likes on a video, but yet 400 dislikes? Okay, that's a pure measurement that people need to see. I know they do it to kind of like minimize the troll issue. That has become kind of a a thing. And there was probably some squares that probably thought, hey, you know what, I really don't like the dislike button feature. We need to get rid of it. And it is what it is. So that has no bearing on anything. But as far as projects, here's what I got going on. Okay, so we got the holiday, officially call it New Year's giveaway. That's going to be happening in January. I'll announce it sometime first week of January, after the first year, after the holidays kind of like settle down a little bit, because there's a whole gap of time. And even if you could consider like Valentine's Day like a legit holiday, where people just got like take time off, there is a pretty wide swath of time after January 2nd, all the way up till like what, March, right? Until, some sort of holiday or whatever. I know like spring break and Easter is another one. I don't know. There's a few. There's not a lot happening in this period of time. So I'd say give me some time to yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am currently developing some NFTs, and they will go on sale, I would say, or they will be available. I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a shot. NFTs are kind of like the new thing. I figure I dip my toe into it, but I will be trying it out on OpenSea, which is kind of like the eBay of NFTs. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And more than likely, it's going to be after the first of the year before you see some on there. I'll do an official announcement. I'll even probably do like either a Discord or a Twitter to keep everybody informed on it. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but there are like gas fees and all that stuff. That's kind of like part of the thing in there, but it's going to be all BlueRidgeSilverhound artwork that I'm going to go ahead and develop, create. I'm going to use my graphic design background, put it on there, and make them available for purchase for anyone that wants that sort of thing. Because that is kind of like the changing of the times. There's a lot more emphasis on digital currency, crypto, DeFi, blockchains. I didn't know half this shit. NFTs, again, another thing that's going to be something that's it's already blowing up, but it's going to be even bigger 12 months from now. So we're going to experiment with that. That's another big project I'm working on. Furthermore, after the first of the year, and I think my launch date for this is going to be January 15th, podcast called The Ridge. It's going to be an everything kind of like kitchen sink style of podcast where we talk about anything. One episode we could be talking about, some shitty sports that happened over the weekend to, talking about ballet dancer that, I don't know, did a quintuplet pirouette or what. I don't know. It's something funny and weird, and it's going to be humorous. We'll have special guests on, and it's going to be different, lighthearted, and going to be humorous. At the very least, I think it's going to be humorous. You guys will let me know, of course, if that's the case. But aside from that, I'm also going to be working on doing more content for my other channel, BlueRidge Collectibles, which, as you guys know, in a box, it talks about collectibles, from sports cards, video games, you name it. It's all going to be on there. We're going to start to do like market videos and all that great stuff as well on there. All of this stuff is going to kind of germinate and, kind of like be more ready for an audience in January. So that is kind of like what I got going on. We still have the remaining giveaways between now and Christmas on the other channel, Live Coin Q&A. So we got educational material. I also got a USB microscope that we are going to be giving away on the final week of said event. And keep in mind, the Live Coin Q&A live streams are every Monday, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't done so. But yeah, those are just a few things that I am currently working on. My merchandise site isn't really doing anything, so I might pull it off. I need to take off stuff that's going to be less distracting when you guys are watching videos and all that. As always, membership free, unsponsored, unsolicited. Bam. The triple triad of fantastic stuff for my my channel. That's my pledge for as long as I'm around. No memberships, unsponsored, unsolicited. Although if someone really offered me a deep wad of cash to get sponsored on my channel, I don't know, I might have to, I don't know. Money's not the big thing, that's for sure. I do okay outside of the YouTube channel. I have other ventures, I invest, I have retirement accounts and all that stuff. And, I imagine that a lot of you folks do as well. If you are into coins and in this hobby, it's kind of a rich hobby. It's not a bad thing to get into. A lot of investing is going on right now. To go along with the collecting and the registry sets and all that great stuff. But that's why I wanted to talk about. I wanted to address a few things. Sorry to keep it so wordy and so kind of, But, at the very least, you guys know what's going on. I'm trying my best with what I have. It's just me, myself, and I right now managing the ship along with all the other stuff going on. So I will try mightily to do what I can to get back with you guys. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. I got the PCMR locked down for tomorrow morning. So it'll drop probably 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern. So it's going to be a midday type of drop. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. The market is crazy for some of these errors and varieties on eBay. So there's going to be more of that. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday night. Go out and, check out some Christmas lights and hang out with family. So that's going to go ahead and do it. Peace, guys. And I'll see you on the next video. So long. All right, don't go away right yet. I ended the video, but I forgot to talk about the coin. All right, you guys want to know about the coin. So there has been a 2021 Lincoln cent. And that's about as much as you're going to get information-wise. A notable, absolutely ridiculous error that was recently discovered within the last, I would say, few months. That's being currently talked about on social media, on one very specific Facebook group, which I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a Philadelphia struck coin error that is just to die for. And that's kind of like a preview of what's to come once I get kind of like the blessing to talk about it, because I'm pretty sure that a few of these guys wanted to test and see how many more of these were out there, so they're doing searching and all that stuff. But there's a really big Lincoln cent error on the 2021. It's not a variety. I mean, the moment that you see this, it's going to punch you in the face. It's that significant. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Now we could officially be done with the video, right? Yeah. That's going to go ahead and do it. Take care, guys. See ya.